All right, we're live. This is the Cosmic Love July 2025 Cosmic Love Log Frog Fresh Real Original G. You can find this at cosmiclove.com, love spelled with a U. Uh, it's not a pivotal post, so you'll need to find it by going to ericleo.com. I'm sorry, ericleo108.com, where if it's recent, you'll find this post at towards the top. But this is Cosmic Love July 2025 Frog Fresh Real Original G. Okay, the necessary prerequisites. There's six of them, and then if this is your, I'm just gonna read the blog post. You can make this shorter by just reading the blog post. Go to ericleo108.com. Yeah, or go to cosmiclove.com and it'll forward you to the ericleo108.com blog. If this is your first Cosmic Love log, welcome. I'm just going to read the blog post. The fundamental understanding of this blog is my book, 108, The Story of Discovering Earth's Consciousness, which you can find at knowing.com, knowing spelled KNHOEING.com, and the necessary prerequisite love logs above are also the fundamental understanding of this blog post. The basic theory is that the Earth is conscious due to its magnetism, which gives her godlike capabilities like telepathy. Gaia, the conscious spirit of the Earth, affects your life through a form of telepathic randonauting and points of realization. The theory is furthered by sentientism, which assumes Gaia is conscious and trying to communicate. The theory is she would do this to mold evolution and benevolently guide evolution the best she could with her psyche magnetism. It's it it's it's postulated she would use key players or important people to fulfill their agenda and silently guide humanity. As a refresher, I don't think most people can see Gaia. Her consciousness is masked by complexity because a deep scientific knowledge over multiple discipline over multiple disciplines is needed to understand her. As I discussed in the 108 book, ancient people couldn't see blue. We didn't have a word for it, so they never knew how to distinguish different pigment. As you can see in the linked YouTube video, I wanted to reiterate what I talked about in my book about how ancient people couldn't see the color blue. My hope with the Cosmic Love Log is to train you to see the difference in pigmentation or coincidences and help you see the true color of what you're viewing. Where we left off, last we left it, it was February and we decided to chill. I explained how the Cosmic Bro Connor Price was reflecting some of my work. This time it's Eminem. This time I'm getting cosmic responses from Eminem. Spotify hasn't taken down any more tracks. They are paying the bills right now, and I am extremely grateful. Back in March, I posted a Threads post and said Selena's new album is not Cosmic Love, and if it is, it's about Benny. I really love Selena and Benny on the Jay Shetty podcast, which I'm also grateful for. As much as I love Selena, I think I might like Benny more. He's sweet. I can see why she loves him. Lady Gaga. Before that, Lady Gaga released her Mayhem album on March 7th. I knew immediately that it was Cosmic Love. Gaga could be talking to me. That might actually become a measure in Cosmic Love to make who you are directing your music towards so ambiguous it encapsulates a larger than normal swath of people. In the last Cosmic Love Log, I talked about bird flu, and I specifically wrote down for the next entry that Gaia's disease came out around the same time. Then her Mayhem album dropped, and it's not Taylor Swift coincidental, but she definitely could be talking to me. Some coincidences between Gaia's work and mine are that Jack Harlow has a song called Blade of Grass, just like Mayhem's track 13. And I know, I'm a rapper, he's a rapper, that's what I mean. It's like the feel of it, and it's kind of like I talk, she's kind of doing the style of Cosmic Love where she references other artists to send the message to me. The beginning of Gaia's Zombie Boy sounds like Holla Back Girl by Gwen Stefani. This is why you get confused with Gwen's Stephanie. It seems Gaga is creating in the style of Cosmic Love, as we will discuss. The most coincidental is Garden of Eden, which I love. Go figure. Stuff like that. If you like the song, you almost think it's for you or whatever. So, yeah, that kind of sentiment is there. I have. Then I put Pill in the blog post. My song. I have responded to Gaga. I have responded to Gaga's Mayhem in my song Pill. I don't know what it is. I don't think about Gaga like I do about, say, Emma. I think the stimulus of our history has made me numb to her proclivities. The truth is there is mayhem in my mind, and I have to meditate, contain, and cope with that mayhem. Gaga was my first cosmic love through the darkest times of my life, and I'm just like, yeah, I keep cool with a pill, and you are a heartbreaker, babe. Cosmic language, how I use music to speak love across the universe. As Eric Leo 108, I don't just make music, I use it to communicate, to connect, to speak. I call that communication cosmic language. Cosmic language is when the song becomes more than a song. It's when I borrow a lyric, sample a melody, or create a feel from someone else's track. Not just because it sounds good, but because I'm speaking directly to someone, maybe to another artist, maybe to a muse, maybe to someone listening who doesn't even realize it's about them yet. This isn't random, it's intentional. I bite lyrics to give credit, but also to build off what came before. I create echoes of familiar music to the message. I create echoes of familiar music so the message lands deeper. When you recognize the reference, you also feel the connection. That's musical cosmic love, a kind of love letter written in rhyme and rhythm. Back in 2022, I defined cosmic love as two things. Environmental cosmic love is when Earth, Gaia, speaks through your environment, through signs, synchronicities, patterns. It's when the universe responds to your thoughts with a billboard, a song on the radio, a random encounter that feels like destiny. Musical cosmic love is when music is the language of love, not just romantic love, but soul level connection. It's when songs are coded messages, when lyrics become symbols, when a beat says more than words ever could. And then I love cosmic language in the blog. The music. So when I say I'm using cosmic language, I mean I'm layering these ideas into music. Each track might carry a message, and sometimes that message is only clear when you connect three pieces: a lyric, a vibe, a reference. For example, across different songs or projects. That's how the message becomes visible. That's how Gaia talks back. And that's what I document in the Cosmic Love Log. The coincidences, the connections, the love woven into the sound. At the end of the day, cosmic language is love through music. It's how I speak to people I'm drawn to. It's how I build with the artists I respect. It's how I talk to Gaia. It's art, it's intention, and it's telepathy, all wrapped into one. If you ever felt like song was speaking to you, if you ever felt like a song was speaking to you, maybe it was. Even I didn't intentionally, even if I didn't intentionally make the song for you, Maybe it's Gaia trying to communicate to you through my song. Maybe the earth is calling all of us in one way or another. Maybe I'm one of the few who can hear her calling, but she's calling all of us, it seems. The goal is to have the themes of cosmic love affect your subconscious while giving it replay value and familiarity, especially if they listen to popular music. I bite many people's lyrics to give them credence and kind of build off their art. I have hundreds of tracks. I don't do this because I need lyrics. I do it because I felt something from them and want to build off that sentiment from a different perspective. It's intentionally utilized to give music depth. I bite all kinds of songs that will give the story in my song a deeper meaning. Note, I don't always make deep references. Sometimes I bite because it sounds good in the moment. I have to be doing the style of cosmic love for there to be a deeper connection over semantics. Usually, or that's at least what I'm going to say. Because sometimes I'm not trying to go that deep, and that's where Gaia comes in and speaks. Okay. Iconic. Connor Price, Nic D, and Eminem are the start of responding to fellow artists I get coincidences from that are not romantic interests. Sorry, but I'm not gay. We've discussed this. I've I established I established the semantics and the presence and relevance in the Cosmic Bros journal. Frog is actually a response to Connor Price's and Nic D's Too Easy. I don't know why this is important, but I didn't realize the reason they called it Too Easy is because Connor and Nick already have a track called Easy. Frog is a reference to the following songs in order: Vegas by Doja Cat, Million Cash by Connor Price, Sorry for Party Rockin' by LMFAO, 24 Karat by Bruno Mars, 24 Karat Magic by Bruno Mars, Darkness by Eminem. All these songs have an underlying theme. I also make references to Now What by Connor Price in my album What Now and song Generation Lockdown. Pill and Frog, as discussed in this post, are part of the Sea Love album, which drops August 29th and is an album done in the style of Cosmic Love. There are like 6 singles leading up to its 7-track release. There are more song references throughout the Sea Love album. If you are a millennial or older and live in Michigan all your life at the same latitude as Detroit or Ann Arbor, you know we don't get winters like we used to. You used to have to survive the winter. It was harsh, and there would be a blizzard every 30 to 50 years. Blue told me through a series of consecutive songs on YouTube Music, Feelings and Highlighted Cognition while on my walk that he wants me to talk about winter like that in one of my songs. I think I'm going to put it in a verse on one of my major feature tracks. One of the songs Blue communicated with was Taylor Austin Dies Echo. Eminem. There was a recent coincidence where Eminem and JID's new song Animal. So there was a recent coincidence with Eminem and GID's new song Animal. Eminem raps, and I would have to learn this, but I'm just going to read it slow. You're getting spanked and I'm your father, told you I'm a soldier. I just showed up in a wife beater tank and I'm a demolished. I always said when I didn't have a dime to my name and lived in squalor, if I had 3 quarters, 2 dimes, and a nickel, I wouldn't change for $1. But I signed 50 cent and put them in a piggy bank, and I ain't gonna apologize to you for what the fuck I do. There are a few things about these lyrics that relate to my work, starting with the least convincing. Eminem uses squalor, which could be a one-word framework to respond to my song A Lesson, where I rap, it's not from the squalor or the rights that you squandered. So what I'm going to paint a picture of is referencing my stuff. So this is how a one word could be referencing one of my tracks. I wouldn't change for $1 is him telling me he doesn't apologize for his past like I bring up in Breaking Bad. 50 Cent currently has a beat pack out through Anno Domini, and I think he is telling me to get it. Maybe he wants to help. Maybe he'll put me on in a way, or at least get me some money through. I'm sure he has connections in the industry, and he could get me played. Sorry, I just want to say, sorry. I really can't bite right now, guys, or at least shouldn't. It wouldn't be prudent as much as I want to, at least for right now. And if I'll reevaluate in a couple months. That doesn't mean it's not coming. It's just not coming right now. Um, I want to get the G back. I can't afford it. The last line he says, Apollo, as in apologize, as part of apologize, which is what made me think of my song Breaking Bad, which is a tribute to Eminem, where I rap. I just want everyone to know that Marshall Mathers is my daddy. They call me Apollo on the mic, and I'm so happy that Marshall wants to be Zeus, because in Greek mythology, Apollo was his son, and I'll tell you what, there ain't no stopping me. So it seems like the reference to me starts when he says, You're getting spanked and I'm your father. Where, like, yeah. And then he lets me know it's love because he says, I'm a soldier, meaning a soldier for love, like my song Soldier for Love, because he is referencing my shit. Um, yeah, so this is how he would be communicating just like Gaga in the style of Cosmic Love. What's up, Em? Are you here? Hope you're having a great day, man. If you follow. I highly doubt it. I don't think I'm big enough yet to be on his radar, but if I am, that'd be awesome. Can I like watch you do your process? Not that I can afford it. I'll get you coffee, something, Be an intern, I don't even care. It'd be great to have more, but yeah. He it's Eminem. Like, you would think he's mad at me, but I think he's just rapping, like, or something. Like, you can't have a vicious like Rottweiler that fights other dogs and then not get and be disappointed when you get bit handling him. That's kind of what Eminem is like. Um, so, anyways, conscious Earth. This is what I mean when I say that these artists are doing this on purpose, or these are some wicked coincidences that only give credence to my conscious telepathic supercomputer spaceship that is the Earth theory. Eminem may be the GOAT, but I am a frog, a fresh, real, original G. I also recently learned that there are scientists that think the universe functions like a computer, which could complement my conscious Earth theory. Several scientists have proposed that the universe might function like a vast computer, processing information at its most fundamental level. Seth Lloyd of MIT argues that the universe is a quantum computer with every particle interaction acting as a calculation in the cosmic algorithm. John Wheeler, a pioneering physicist, introduced the idea of it from bit, suggesting the physical reality arises from binary information, that the universe is built from yes-no questions, much like digital code. Digital code. Edward Fredkin, another physicist and computer scientist, advanced the theory that the universe itself might be a cellular automation running on deterministic rules like a computer simulation. These theories resonate deeply with my conscious Earth framework, where Gaia operates as a living processor, a sensing feeling node in this cosmic network. If the universe computes, Earth emotes. And love, music, and synchronicity might just be the outputs of this planetary consciousness, encoded in the system's language of resonance and relationship. Basically, stars and planets are where the information is stored, and photons are a conduit for transferring communication somehow, possibly. I would now I will now update some of my much older posts that I made while I was mentally ill but are still fundamental to understanding this cosmic love log, especially musical cosmic love. Update to artist communication, the unconscious mind and media, ETM and ETM2. I read music artist composition and communication overt and subliminal. I read artist communication, composition, and communication, overt and subliminal tactics and techniques, and it all holds up. Ignore the ETM stuff, otherwise, it's spot on, and I'll update the theory by writing the following section: UMG's societal painting. The point I'm making and the question we must ask ourselves is, what message is Universal Music Group trying to portray with all these similarities between music videos? What UMG what is UMG doing or trying to say with all similarities between No Church in the Wild and Chains, Trouble and Love the Way You Lie and Beauty and the Beat and Sorry Not Sorry? Considering Mussolini said corporatism should rightly be called fascism, we can assume their ideology is tainted and their goal is to maximize shareholder value. It seems UMG might be practicing propaganda techniques, have a deeper storyline, and or be affecting your subconscious more than you think. I break down points of realization and inquire about residual echo conscious in the unconscious mind and media. Although I wrote Although I wrote these while I was coming out of mental illness, they mostly still hold true. I have rewritten a section of the post to make things clearer. Action. Points of realization are real. It's just that no one notices them. Points of realization are synthetically coordinated all the time in music videos and by movie directors, but for the most part, it goes wholly unrecognized. Cognition precedes behavior and drives you to action. There's countless stories of artists being inspired to write songs from actions/events like Eric Clapton's Tears in Heaven, which is about his son, or the Star Spangled Banner, which is about the War of 1812. People driven to action from media is what advertising is all about. That's the whole point and purpose and why it works. This is what large companies do for marketing products. Not only are their commercials being shown, but their product placement, which is placing ads in a movie. Not only are there commercials between shows, but there's product placement, which is placing an ad in a movie like a Coke and Lay's chips in The Edge of 17, Dr. Pepper in the original Spider-Man, or Reese's Pieces in E.T. Other examples of people moved to action by the media are John Hinckley, who tried to kill Ronald Reagan to impress Jodie Foster after seeing Taxi Driver. My whole argument in ETM and ETM2 is that the media, specifically semantic priming, drives individuals to pejorative and self-defeating action. Movies and popular music videos are used as an anchor/primer, as discussed in ETM, and drive individuals to action through news and commercials as mirrored in observational learning. For more information on these capabilities, watch PBS's The Persuaders. Same thing, different day. ETM and ETM2 basically explain Gaia's capabilities, what they're like, or my experience in dealing with the emotions of her connection. I still get a lot of occurrences. The difference is I'm on my medication, have stability, can control my emotions, and respond back to the signals in music and writings. It is clear being off my meds. It was clear being off my meds that made me. It it's it's clear being off my meds made me feel like I was being persecuted, burned, and made into an effigy. The original ETM seems to be about recognizing and overcoming my fear of it, which I called ETM after Eugene the Machine, but now I understand to be Gaia, which I talked about in my book. I just realized the it's a bit, and then in my writing, I called it it. So maybe, yeah, I'm seeing Gaia. I also might have been, I also might have been picking up on some Nazi-esque media and sentiments that have only grown and blossomed into outright fascism in the Trump administration. I applied my understanding of psychology and it's kind of a trip to read. Basically, Gaia's influence is all in the mind, and that's the rabbit hole you go down, deciphering reality with science until you land on the theory of conscious oneness, but only misinterpreted as attacks in this case. The original ETM is how Gaia could be functioning in theory without pejorative disposition. Gaia could have manifested the machine eye and is pursuing key players. Basically, replace attacks with communications. It's been years and the detrimental sentiment of these posts has not held up. I can't be successful because I don't have the money to invest, but that's everyone in America, and otherwise I have a decent life and bright outlook. ETM2 is when I thought it was Universal Music. In the 108 book, I talk about how Universal's logo is Gaia slash the Earth. I still get the occurrences where I'll be watching something on my TV and it will be subliminally related, or I have a point of realization, meaning a realized coincidence, while scrolling through social media, mainly on Meta. What are you doing, Zuck? Again, I don't take it as a threat anymore because I'm not homeless with deteriorating health. I have talked to Gaia about this and she doesn't need facial recognition. She tracks the history of everything on Earth down to the atom. So that intellectual motif that you have 10,000 atoms from Shakespeare and that you're definitely drinking some dinosaur urine from your tap water, she knows, documents their history, and could tell you where they are. The whole stolen ideas and Big Brother's watching you is basically Gaia saying, yeah, I watch you from birth to death and read your mind. Now I would add, get over it. It's not the crisis situation you're imagining. I will now rewrite the last two paragraphs of ETM2 with the current theory. Social tactics. Socially, Gaia aims to encourage social bonds between individuals and effectively match you with an attractive mate, as demonstrated by human beings and as demonstrated by humans as demonstrated by humans being a social species and evolutionary outcomes. The main tactic of the planet is to use her magnetism to infiltrate your mind by providing a feeling along with environmental cues to create a connection that will fulfill her objective of guidance while trying to provide factors that lead to your health and livelihood. Gaia is just trying to benevolently guide you down that path and will lead to better outcomes. Personal tactics. Along with infiltrating the mind and environmental cues, which are mostly done by affecting your subconscious, Gaia can also influence others, which will guide your path. She can ultimately make you think different through a combination of feelings, subconscious communication, and social reinforcement. If you don't recognize the communication, Gaia will help you overcome your ambition and help you realize how much you matter and that just being is good enough. That took a half hour. Wow. Okay, that's it. Yeah, go visit ericleo108.com to see this post, to see the latest Cosmic Love post. And that's it. Excuse me. What? Let's see. Go listen to Cosmic Language, Breaking Bad, Soldier for Love, Frog and Pill. That's it. Thank you for being here. Thank you for being a part of my family. You're awesome. I love you very much. And until next time, you take care, all right? Bye. Later, TikTok. 97 viewers, 2 comments, 10 likes. All right, YouTube. See you.